Now this might seem kind of shocking and this might surprise some of you, but it appears as if anti-gunners are lying again. This time it's in the form of a TikTok by a guy named Elijah Daniel, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. I'm not going to assume his gender because this is the state of California and that would be a thought crime. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what happened, why this is important, why this matters. So a video went viral. I'm not sure if this guy is just a TikToker, if he's famous through other means, but his video kind of got a little bit popular. I saw it posted on Reddit, and I kind of want to talk about what's wrong with it because it is blatant lies in order to prove the point. The problem that I have with this is there are legitimate reasons to dislike guns. There are legitimate arguments that you could make that would potentially support an anti-gun side, and I'm not going to talk about those today. The problem is that people that dislike guns tend to default to, or their go-to, is to either lie or manipulate information, and it appears that this time they went for the straight-up lies, and the damaging effects that that has is it affects the ability for us to have conversations about what is actually going on in this country. If you are going to try to make a point to take things away from people or to put restrictions on people, you best believe that I'm going to want to see that you have actual information and stats to back up what you're saying. Because if you're going to lie straight to my face and I know better, then we have an issue. Because we're never going to be able to have an honest conversation if you're going to base everything that you're saying off lies. So let's talk about this video. Before we get into it, I want to say thank you to everyone that supports this channel through liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing it elsewhere. I really appreciate that. We've seen a lot of growth in the last few months, and I'm greatly appreciative of that. It's kind of insane, to be honest. I want to say thank you to two of my Patreon members, Larry Thickers and Thickcock45. You guys are really the best. I appreciate your support more than anything. So let's watch this video real quick. I'm going to kind of break down some of the issues with it, and then I'm going to discuss the downright lies that are held within it. And if you're familiar with California gun laws, you might spot them before I talk about them. So let's watch the video in full.
Hey y'all, Liberty the Mustang here. I'm just here to make something excessively clear to you guys. This goes out to anyone who hasn't purchased a firearm, so Democrats. Yes, my darling, I saw your comment of, we don't want to take your guns, we just want stricter background checks and make them harder to purchase. Girl, have you ever tried to purchase a firearm before? It ain't easy. Besides the 30,000 laws on a federal level and dozens of hoops we have
got
to
on my
jump through,
document.
there are mandatory background
check.
checks and extensive research done on your personal life. But I mean, like, sure, sis, go off on the fact that they're too easy to purchase. Why is it so hard to understand that criminals don't follow
That
law?
was so quick, I don't even know what to do for the rest of the video. Am I just supposed to listen to you talk?
In fact, they probably
Like
go there,
what?
considering
Nah,
the
I'm a
fact that
dance.
no one can
Oh,
defend
bitch, I'm
themselves.
strapped now.
But
Let's
sure,
go.
bad guns and AK,
What are you
but don't
talking
call the
about?
cops a Second
Literally,
Amendment
what are you
has nothing
talking
to
about,
do.
horse girl? What?
So we see in that video that, first of all, it's the typical gun girl, the Liberty chick. They all kind of seem the same, and I will accept that. The horse girl comment, I'm going to be honest, that had me splitting at the seams. That was funny. That was hilarious. But let's move on to the actual content of the video. The girl's argument is that buying guns is not easy. Buying guns, there's lots of restrictions. We have 30,000 gun laws. Yes. The problem that I have with her argument that I want to talk about real quick is the fact that she brings up the idea that Democrats or liberals don't own guns and that they've never done a background check, never bought a gun, which isn't true. Yes, it is generally the left side of the column that is going to be pushing for and advancing gun control, and that's an issue. If you're a liberal or a Democrat gun owner, I urge you to please write all of your Congress critters, write your assembly persons, whatever it is, reach out and urge them to stop supporting gun control because y'all are part of the problem and we really need you guys to pull more weight. Let's move into it. So his argument, let's get some information. He is based in California in Burbank. He went to a Big Five and he claims to have bought a handgun, specifically a Glock based on the photos. He claims to have started this process at 10:07 when he was watching her TikTok, and by 10:40 or 11 o'clock, I believe, he was done buying the gun and walking out the store. He then claimed that it was incredibly easy, went as far as to make fun of her because she was, in his opinion, lying. Let's break down the issues with that. Well, first of all, in California, buying a gun, every single time you buy a gun, you have to do a background check and you have to have proper proofs of residency, you have to do a safe handling demonstration, you have to have a firearm safety certificate or some other exemption like being law enforcement or military. 10-day waiting periods. You start that background check, you fill out the information, you sign and thumbprint, 240 hours to the second, that is the first moment in time you can get your gun. And during this whole pandemic era that we are in right now, many people like myself who owns many guns, I have a CCW, I have a COE, I have an FFL03, I have a firearm safety certificate instructor certification. It took me 19 days to get approved for my background check. This person is claiming that they were able to do it all in all from the time that they left their house to picking up the gun in under an hour. Now, this means that person either is downright lying or they stole that gun. Either way, that's wrong. But let's get into why he didn't steal that gun and why he is lying. Now, if we look at the information on the maps, based on where he's located, we're able to determine that it was a Big 5 in Burbank, California. I called that Burbank, California, and here's how that went. Hi, I was wondering if you guys sell handguns. You don't sell handguns of any kind? Hello? You guys don't sell handguns of any kind? Air guns? Okay, thank you. We can see, as we all know, as anyone that really is a gun owner in any state, we know that Big 5 doesn't sell handguns. So how would he go to a Big 5 and buy a Glock? Well, that's because he actually bought an air pistol, an airsoft gun, something that I can have shipped to my door. I can go on Amazon Prime right now, have an airsoft gun shipped to my door, and that's totally fine, because it's not a gun. He's claiming that he is now strapped, but really he isn't. He didn't buy a gun. He's blatantly lying, and people are just eating it up. And this is the issue. When you put out lies like this, not only does it discredit your case because I'm no longer going to listen to anything that you have to say when it comes to guns, you're making it impossible for the two sides to even possibly have a conversation. Because if everything that you're saying is a lie, why would I ever engage in a conversation with you? People claim to be part of the enlightened or the progressives, but in reality, they're just using lies to push their agenda, which ultimately we can talk about in an actual civilized manner, but they've ruined that. They've completely ruined the ability for us to actually have a conversation on guns and how can we actually solve the issues that they're proposing are the gun's fault. I don't get it. I really don't get why they go this. I mean, let's take that back. I get it. Guns bad, guns evil. Gun owners bad, gun owners evil. So why would I want to have that conversation with you? It's important for us as humans, as people, to have honest conversations with each other and to try to have an actual conversation. Because if you're just lying to me, why would I listen to you? If you have any questions or comments that you want to leave down below, I urge you all to do not go out and harass this dude. Do not go out and harass the followers on these people. Engage in real conversations with the people that may disagree with you or may be on the fence. Have good, honest conversations as human adults are able to do. The only way that we're ever going to actually make progress is if we actually sit down and have a real conversation. If all they're doing is lying and screaming at each other, what's really the point? Why are we wasting our time? If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. As always, have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.